Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the Dots and Bots Week 3 recap episode. Before we get into the matchups we're about to cover, I'd like to update everyone on some of the big trades that have happened so far this season. Our first trade of the year saw Jimmy Reddington and the Atlanta Falcons quickly give up on their second-round pick quarterback Carson Wentz, plus forking over a third and fourth rounder to get a first in return from the New York Giants. Now with a crowded quarterback room in New York, Chili and the Chargers came calling and offered center Billy Price, a fourth-round pick, and a defensive end to add depth to their line for their now backup quarterback Kirk Cousins, who went from NFC Offensive Player of the Week, Week 1, to being an afterthought player given up for peanuts and now backing up the rookie in LA, Tua Tagovailoa. Our last dot trade had Tim and the Eagles trading away wide receiver Emmanuel Sanders, a first and second round pick, to boost up their D-line with the addition of Everson Griffin. Now that we've caught up with some of the trades around the league, let's head back to the Week 3 matchups and see what's in store for today's episode. We've got Nick Red's Miami Dolphins playing Thursday Night Football versus the Jaguars, and at 2-0, Philadelphia, led by Tim Simon, hosting the Bengals. Our other dot owners controlling Cleveland, Atlanta, and LA, Joe, Jim, and myself, are playing at home this week, while Nick B and the Rams are traveling east to take on the Bills. Which leads us to our second head-to-head matchup of the season and our game of the week, Georgia's Titans, heading to Minnesota to take on Eric D and the Vikings. For this game of the week matchup, we're going to switch it up a bit and only show scoring plays and turnovers. Buckle up and let's get this party started. This bad boy gets going with George hitting a field goal, getting on the board first, going up 3-0. On Eric's first possession, he worked the ball all the way down the field to the 3-yard line with a handoff to Alvin Kamara, has him in for 6. Titans get the ball back, and now on third, Drew Lock goes 5 wide and fires the ball over the middle, but Eddie Jackson says nope and snatches that one for the interception. Eric, now with great field position, gets back within the 10 and finds McCole Hardman running a drag for a way too easy touchdown. Tennessee, now in trouble with less than a minute before half, are looking to move the ball down the field as Locke buys time, scrambles to the left, and tries to throw a tight window ball, but Jackson's there again, this time with an acrobatic catch. 2 picks for him already on the day. Minnesota now trying to put this one out of reach, scramble up the field with Kyler Murray, but before he has a chance to get down, he gets stripped and fumbles the ball while Ed Oliver picks this one up, giving the Titans another chance on offense. George back with the ball and again has time to make a decision, which didn't work out great last time, and throws downfield to the left of the numbers, which is tipped and picked. This is getting out of hand. Vikings take advantage of the turnover and put 3 more on the board right before half and head into the locker room, leading this one 17-3, and open up the third quarter with the first possession. First drive of the quarter so far successful as they get it to the 1-yard line, and Kamara gets to punch this one in for the second rushing touchdown of the day. Tennessee takes over, now down 21, now in the red zone. Drew Lock again moves to his left, launches one into the back of the end zone, and the future Hall of Famer Rob Gronkowski plucks this one out of the air, and Titans get the points they needed, now down only 14. In the fourth now, and the Vikings offense still cannot be stopped. Now back in scoring territory on the 10, calling audibles, motioning running back, snap the ball, Kyler scrambles to the right, unleashes one to his running back, who catches it, extending their lead back to 21. Tennessee gets the ball back, now in serious jeopardy, throw it over the middle, and it's lurked and picked by Adrian Amos, who flips the field position and puts Minnesota right outside the red zone. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, this one gets uglier by the second, so we're gonna fast forward a bit with the Vikings scoring another 7, Tennessee failing for it on fourth down, and Minnesota up 28 with 3 seconds on the clock, rubbing salt in the wounds as Will Fuller scores another touchdown for his squad. Alright, that beatdown is officially over. Eric's Vikings showed up big time with Kyler Murray leading the way in his near-perfect completion percentage and 5 total touchdowns. Minnesota almost doubled Tennessee's total yards in the game, and George couldn't hold on to the ball, throwing an interception 4 times. 2 of those being tossed to the free safety, Eddie Jackson. George Remack and the Titans are now 0-3, while Eric's Vikings get their first dub of the season and head to 1-2. Let's head over to the league scores to see how the rest of the league shaped up. As you see, I'm not giving away any of the results just yet because it's time to unveil a brand new segment, the Fast Minute. This seg will go over all of the results for the remaining dot owners, including highlights, as quickly as possible. Fast minute time. Nick Red and the Dolphins up first, down 1 in the fourth, and opt to go for the fourth instead, handing the ball off to rookie running back Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who gets stuffed for no gain. Jacksonville takes over and holds on to this lead. Next up, we've got Tim Simon's Eagles up 11 just before the 2-minute warning, clinching this win with a Demario Davis interception touchdown. Our third dot owner, Joe Shoes and the Cleveland Browns, give up this 3-point lead late in the fourth to Washington, but take over with the ball, and Mitchell Trubisky launches one that gets intercepted by Darnell Savage, giving his squad the chance to run the clock out, which they successfully do. Now we've got Nick B and the Rams extending their lead by 12 late in the fourth, which they hold on to for the first win of the season. Next up, Jimmy's Atlanta Falcons, down 4 with seconds left, try to make something happen, but fail to even complete the pass, keeping their winless record alive. Last, it's yours truly and the Chargers, who benched Tua for Kirk Cousins with this lead-changing big-time score to DJ Chark to move on to 3-0 in the season. That was your Fast Minute segment. Now let's take a look at how the bot teams performed this week. New York, Pittsburgh, and New England all win their games by 2 scores or more, while the Jets, Lions, and Seahawks mimicked them and did the same. We did have some close ones this week, as the Broncos beat Tampa Bay, and Green Bay and Baltimore won their matchups by only 3 points. Now that we have the results, let's take a look at which players were awarded Player of the Week, starting off with the offensive side of the ball in the AFC. Derek Carr, who put a beating over the Raiders 44-7, earns this week's honors, who had a 142 quarterback rating, throwing for 224 yards and 4 touchdowns. This Fresno State alum thanked the Lord and the league for giving him this week's reward. Moving over to the defense, it's the New York Jet Kendall Fuller. This star cornerback got it done with 2 interceptions and bragged over it on his Twitter about how easy it was. The 87 overall DB helped his team get the victory as well over the Colts, winning 38-14. Now for the NFC, it's no surprise that it's Kyler Murray, who we watched put a whooping on the Titans in the game of the week. The Heisman Trophy winner showed why he was deserving of that award, torching Tennessee for nearly 400 combined yards and 5 touchdowns, and an absurd 95 completion percentage. If he keeps up with these numbers, he will have no time shedding that 79 overall and moving up into the 80s. Lastly, it's the Defensive Award winner in the NFC, Darnell Savage, who we watched close out the game versus Cleveland with the interception on Mitchell Trubisky, but that wasn't his only one of the game. He finished with 3 total picks. This former Maryland star safety absolutely killed it, claiming it's now Savage season in the NFL. The players of the week have been announced, and now it's time for the most exciting segment of the episode, the Top 5 Plays of the Week. At number 5, we're back to the game of the week, and it's Drew Lock taking the snap, dropping back, buying time, moving to the left, scrambling now, taking his shot downfield, throwing it to Darius Slayton, but Eddie Jackson had different plans, diving and snatching this one out of the air for the interception. At number 4, we have Jalen Hurts stepping back and throwing a perfect pass on the right side of the field to Antonio Callaway, who outruns 2 Chicago Bears headed for the goal line on a 71-yard passing touchdown. The number 3 play of the week goes to Washington's running back, who busts through the line of scrimmage, immediately breaking a tackle, then is off for the races as he's dashing up for a 50-plus yard rushing touchdown. That's how you start a game. The number 2 play of the week goes to Kirk Cousins, who takes his drop and fires a laser into the end zone just before halftime to DK Metcalf, right in the breadbasket to help LA complete the comeback over the Panthers. Last, we have the number 1 play of the week, which sees quarterback Drew Brees throwing a slant over the middle that is intercepted by Demario Davis, who has open field ahead of him and takes this back to pay dirt for 6 points on a 32-yard interception return. That's it for your top 5 plays of the week, which is presented by Chili Chill. If you are enjoying this show, please hit that like button, share, and subscribe to the channel. It is absolutely greatly appreciated if you do so. Back to the episode, we are going over the NFL's passing leaders following Week 3, and it's the rookie Joe Burrow leading with 10 touchdowns, Kyler Murray leading the yards category with 918, and with no surprise, it's A-Rod who's taken ownership of the NFL's best QBR with a 126.8 rating. And for the rushing leaders, or should I say rushing leader, it's Ezekiel Elliott demolishing the competition, currently leading in all 3 major categories after 3 weeks in the season. Unreal numbers. Moving over to the receiving leaders, it's McCole Hardman with 325 yards, John Ross with 20 catches, and Amari Cooper leading the league in touchdowns with 5. Lastly, we're going to cover our defensive leaders, and it's the rookie linebacker Kenneth Murray leading the league in tackles at 31, while Pro Bowlers Khalil Mack and Kevin Byard leading their respected categories. Now let's check out the league standings, starting with the AFC. And we have only one dot owner with a winning record, which is myself and the Chargers. Nick Red's Dolphins and Tennessee Titans owner George Remack are in trouble, currently sitting at 0-3 and last place in their division, while Joe Shoes and the Browns are 1-2, which is tied with everyone else in the AFC North. In the NFC, Tim Simon's Eagles are leading the way at 3-0, while Nick's Rams and Eric's Vikings picked up their first victories of the season and are now sitting at 1-2. Atlanta Falcons owner Jimmy Reddington needs to string some wins together to get out of the basement of his division, as he currently is sitting at 0-3. Those are the standings. Now let's take a look ahead on the schedule to see what's in store for Week 4. No head-to-head matchups, but we've got Tennessee, Miami, and the Rams hosting games in their cities, while the other 5 dot owners traveling on the road this week to take on their matchups, with the Eagles playing on Sunday night and the Falcons saving their game for last over on ESPN for Monday Night Football. That's it for this week's episode. Please subscribe to the channel if you don't already, so you don't miss any future Dots and Bots episodes. Okay guys, thank you for watching, share this sucker, hit that like button, and have a good night.